Previously on Maybe the Chosen Ones.
Having learned of nearby darkness to the village of Hava, the party entered the towering Udana cemetery and fought through a couple floors of dark monsters.
Continuing upstairs, the party defeated the remaining undead creatures and found a shimmering feather, the first key to the portal there within Nubis Temple.
After meeting the Fate Protector Rua, a celestial Coatl, the party headed back to Hava to claim their reward for clearing the darkness from the cemetery.
However, Finnegan's disguise fell through and his true identity was revealed, prompting him to try and leave behind various magical items to make up for the money he had conned from the villagers.
Swapping out some of the magical items, Gregor seemed to upset the villagers more, and even caused tension between the party as they fled the village that no longer believed in the Chosen Ones.
The Call of Or, Heart of Tannin. The world of Tannin is home to 12 realms, protected and ruled by the Dragon Guardians. For centuries, it has been ravaged by the ever-growing Shroud of Darkness. Just when it seems that all hope is lost, 4 heroes, destined to save the world, answer the celestial calling of light set before them.
Gregor McConnor, the fierce half-elf fighter.
Udana Jadan, the spirited human bard.
Finnegan Stumblebatch, the quick-witted and wizardly gnome.
Dryodalis, the loyal Eladrin paladin.
What lies ahead on this epic adventure for these heroes? Who are, maybe, the Chosen Ones.
He was trying to sell his, magical items to pay back the town he stole from.
Yeah.
And then you, were like, no, let's keep it. Keep the good stuff. And then you gave them the boots.
For the first time in your adventure, you guys have left a village and nobody likes you. So Finnegan is sleeping in a tree.
Yep.
Gregor was locked out of Lehman's tiny house.
Yeah, we were probably just chilling in there. Yeah.
And it is now morning.
And we have our mounts, too. I've probably been up, and I think I would have been, because we're near a lake, right?
Mm-hmm. You're right on Fizzlin Lake. Fizzlon.
I feel like I would be practicing with my weapons. Training in the morning.
I'm trying to use spells to fish.
Oh.
So, okay.
Is there a town nearby?
What?
Is there a town?
We're kind of halfway between two towns.
We left the town that was closest to us.
Yep.
There's another town kind of to the north of you guys, northwest a little bit, and it's called Udana. Named before we got our character names. But that's
my
it.
parents made it happen.
You're on vacation. And
All right, we need a name. Hey.
While I'm practicing, I stop and then I'm like, I forgot about Udana. So I go back and I wake you up. Are they still fighting? I don't know, I haven't heard anything. It's a little tense.
I'm trying to.
Really quickly, Gregor, where are you?
I'm not there.
Where are you?
I headed to the next town.
Okay, cool.
You know what?
Okay, sounds good.
Would I have seen him leave?
Probably not.
I mean, yeah, I could roll.
'Cause I don't
you
sleep.
Could roll perception or something.
But you still.
But I don't know.
I go in the orb, but I can.
Were you watching? I mean, were you?
It could be my you could roll
It's
stealth
pretty-
against my passive
It's
perception.
pretty Whiterun tundra terrain, right? Where it's mostly just grass.
It's
and
mostly open, yeah.
Cold, open kind of grass.
Yep.
So would there be a signpost? That...
Yep.
To the town.
Yeah, because you're right on the lake, so there probably is a post like, hey, Udana's this way, or on a cemetery this way.
Okay. Yeah. So I just head off to the next one.
Okay. Do you see him?
Well,
It was morning before everyone was awake, and I just set off.
because I don't really sleep.
I woke up in the middle of the morning because it was too cold, and yeah.
And just started walking.
Yep.
Maybe you left when I was in prayer.
Yeah,
So
I'm just. I feel like Drya wouldn't have noticed.
Okay.
You're off. Probably about, I don't know, how long would you say it's been since that you've been walking? Like an hour or?
He's on Costello.
No. Oh yeah, with my horse. I finally actually am on my horse in the wild. Well, I mean, how far away was the town from where we had stopped for the night?
To get to Udana, it's going to be another half day of travel.
Oh, it's a half day of travel. Okay. Well, I couldn't sleep, but I
Ride around the lake.
a little bit. If I left at like 4 a.m., I mean, I don't know what time is it now for you guys.
Okay, so
Probably
for everybody here, it's
somewhere.
probably about 7 in the morning. Right
So-
on
And then
sun.
I'll go for 3 hours.
Okay, sounds good.
You know,
I will
I
get back
haven't
to you.
seen Gregor for a while, and I don't see Costello either. And knowing him, I'm guessing he may be somewhere else. He may have left us once
Your
again.
powers of perception.
I'm
are
getting better
incredible.
at it, actually. You know, we're almost halfway through this quest, and I'm halfway more smart.
I eat some of my rations
Well,
and get ready. Put my stuff on, make a cup of coffee, and then I go outside a tiny hut. Are you good with tiny hut? Do you still have stuff?
No, I'm good.
Take it down.
For Finnegan. So you said you wanted to go fishing.
Yep, I've
Okay.
learned that firebolt does not keep going under the water.
So you got up and left your tree and
Yep.
went down to the lakeside
Yep.
to start fishing.
Yep, I've used the hat of disguise to change my hat into this fisherman's cap with a bunch of hooks in it.
Okay, excellent.
Yes!
And then as you kind of sneak by, you don't. I think you're still like annoyed with Gregor, so you don't necessarily notice that he's gone.
No, yeah, I am just hyper-focusing.
So you walk down.
Burying my feelings.
You walk down to the water's edge. Yep. Very hyper-focused, very tunnel vision. Walk to the water's edge. Start casting firebolts into the water. And after you've blown off a little bit of steam and some actual steam dissipates,
Literal.
you see, out of the corner of your eye, a high elf fishing. And he's kind of like looking at you quizzically.
Might as well give it up. Nothing's biting today.
And it would seem so, yes.
What do you recommend? Is it more of a mage hand morning? Should we be trying to pick him out with that? What you think?
I mean, I tend to, I'm a magic user myself. Tend to like to use fishing tools. It's a little bit more relaxing.
You mean bait? Gotcha.
Bait.
And I set up
What's it,
dancing
plus?
lights and send him under the water.
I want you to try. All right. What would be that roll to catch fish? Just do survival. Do make a survival roll for me.
Cool.
With dancing lights.
Yeah.
9.
So, are you using Mage Hand as well?
Yeah,
Okay.
I've got mage hand ready to see if any of the fish try and pick up the.
Okay, with a 9, you see kind of a little school of very small fish kind of come up towards the lights, and you're able to snag one. It's like a small sunfish, and you've caught a fish.
Well, I hate to overfish, so I'm gonna be heading back to the campsite to cook this up. You have a good day. I didn't catch your name, sir.
Any like gestures like 20 feet behind you guys? That campsite?
Well, I was gonna go back to my tree, but this is enough to share, I think. So let's go.
He kind of like bows slightly to you, and he says, "My name is Adrian. I'm a high elf wizard. It's a pleasure to meet a fellow magic user wizard.
Absolutely, it is.
Would you mind if I accompanied you to the camp just up the way?"
Oh, I mean, if you want to meet the rest of the troop, I'm sure we would love to have you.
Ah, yes.
What brings you out to these parts, sir?
I am doing a little favor for the high mages of the region.
Cool. Insight check.
As you're rolling.
Red flags were all up too.
Stranger danger.
That is an 18.
In 18, it appears to you that he's telling a half-truth.
Cool. Awesome. Okay. I am going to. Can I? Like.
That's too bad I don't have Zone of Truth prepared.
Yeah. Can I like?
So?
As I like gather up my stuff and my fish and get ready to leave, can I like covertly cast a spell?
What's the spell? Yeah.
Silent image.
I would do stealth.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nat 20.
Well, then great.
Yes.
Great. Okay. So I'm going to use silent image to create a fake campsite, like in the opposite direction of where the actual place is,
Okay.
and start leading them that way.
Do we not see them, probably? Or...
I'm just trying to think. I thought the camp was right on the lake. I thought.
Oh, is it like
That's what I
within
thought,
view?
too.
Yeah,
Okay.
I thought we had ended last session just kind of like camping almost on the lake.
Oh,
like,
okay.
On the
All
lake
right.
side.
I didn't.
So
yeah.
he gestured to the camp 20 feet away.
Okay.
Well,
I didn't.
were you fishing on the opposite end of the lake from camp, or?
Well, yeah, I was thinking like, because I didn't like come from the campsite.
You were in
was
a tree.
I was up in my tree all by myself.
Oh, you were a ways away from the campsite.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay,
Yeah.
excellent then. Yeah, no, this works great then.
Okay,
Perfect.
cool. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna like set it up and then point like behind him and go like, "We're over there. I don't know who these jokers are. We should probably be giving them a bit of a wide berth. They seem a little testy today."
Guess I'm swinging my sword around.
He's gonna roll a insight check on you.
Cool. Do I have to make a roll to contest it?
Deception roll.
Yeah.
Okay. I got 22 deception.
You probably just barely beat him then.
Wow.
Okay.
Yikes.
Because he rolled an 18.
Yikes.
All right then. I will. You lead the way. You lead the way, my friend.
Okay, doke. And I start hiking out towards the fake campsite.
Okay.
What's your plan?
Okay.
Yeah, jeez.
All right, Drea and.
So we're
Udana.
So I was gonna go find
Yeah.
Finn.
So we're talking about where's Gregor, and then we look up. Where's Finn? Oh my gosh.
Okay. I have an idea.
Okay, sure.
Let's split up.
So all four of us will be all alone. Different areas. Well,
Oh, excellent.
you mean to find them?
Yeah,
Makes
or
sense for
clues
them.
of them. We have our stones.
We were sending stones.
Yeah.
I don't remember. Does everyone have a sending stone?
Yes.
Okay, bye.
And what are they?
Finn! I yell. Hey, Finn!
Hey, Finn, come in.
Where are you at?
Come in, Finn.
Oh, sorry. I meant to put that on silent. I'd lose my head if it weren't screwed on, right?
Finn, are you there?
And then
Where'd you go?
I don't remember, Matt. Did you introduce yourself? to him?
No.
Okay. And so he says, "Oh, so your name is Finn?"
Yeah, short for Fingleton.
Ah.
After my grandfather.
I see. It's a very you know, I remember that, you know, most popular baby names.
Oh yeah.
Excellent. Well, I'll continue. I'll keep calling you Finn if that's all right.
Fine
easier
with
for
me. I can't tell you what to call anybody.
I appreciate that.
How far are we from the real campsite now?
Probably
30 feet?
50,
Less?
50 feet, maybe 100 feet.
You know, Finn's not answering. I feel like he's dead somewhere.
That's
Can
probably
I like
That's
make
probably what's
can I make a minor illusion
Yes.
like halfway between the real campsite and where we're at, just like put it behind my back and try and like send a message to these guys like, I'm this way, shady guy.
Oh!
Please come help.
Investigation 10.
Okay. With
I mean,
Probably
excuse me, 15.
perception.
Okay.
But
oh, with a 15.
Excuse me.
Before that,
I mean, it's
before
the
you
same
cast
thing,
Oh,
that,
awesome.
with a 15 investigation check, you actually see footprints.
Okay.
To follow.
Do I see his message?
I assume that. So the way that I'm seeing it is that you actually found those footprints before he cast the. You're already following.
So yeah, I keep following those.
Okay. Is that right?
And I see
Yeah,
a
I'm with
second
her.
pair of footprints.
Okay. Yeah. Yep.
So I'm a little. Okay, something's up here.
we found a trail.
Yes. Are you with me?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I thought you said when.
No, I was talking to him in the Sending Stone, and I probably saw you wander off and then start following him.
That's true.
So I'm trying to like keep the guy talking. So you say that you're here on order from the High Mages. What sort of business do they have around here at the lake?
It's not at this lake per se. It's more. This is just where I found myself last night and needed to find a resting place. It's a bit of a large undertaking that I've been dispatched upon. To be honest, it's going to take me a while, but I'm hoping that it will work out for me in the end.
I've heard that there's a surge, a glut, if you will, of darkness in this area. Is that the sort of thing that you're supposed to be tending to here?
No. This is more of a High Mage specific quest of mine.
Oh, are they looking for a new location for a second school?
No, it's more something was stolen from them, and I'm trying to bring it back.
Well, as the divination wizards would say, the more eyes you have, the better. One magic user to another. You mind telling me so we can both keep our eyes out?
Well, over the years, the High Mages have run into a bit of a vermin problem with giants across the regions, and there's a series of magical items created by and for the High Mages that were stolen and now are in the possession of the several giants around, and I'm trying to get them back.
What do the giants have?
Some magical items.
Magical, okay.
Magical weapons?
They are in the form of cuffs that they wear on their wrists.
Oh, fascinating.
Do I see the message now?
What did you need to do to cast it?
Minor illusion, and I was trying to do it like as quietly and stealthily as possible, so I'm going to say... Oh, no verbal components, so that's good.
Just roll another stealth.
23.
That's great.
Cool.
Okay, and what is the message?
It says, I'm heading in the opposite direction across the lake. Guy with me, I don't know what he's about. Please come assist.
Okay, so I see this and I hold out a hand to Drya.
Yep.
We have to be quiet. I put my finger to my lips to as a message to you.
Sure.
And
I imagine that was like a lot of text, so it was like really hard to read. Little paragraph.
Part 1 of 2.
Yeah, as it's scrolling.
More tweets to follow.
So what's the layout of the land here? Like,
it is very kind of barren. It's very open around the lake. There's like bushes and very hardy shrubs and things that can survive in kind of windier, colder climates and rocks and
would
stuff.
I be able to is it like, hey, there are big rocks, or so I like things blocking my view?
Yeah, there's some big rocks. Think of the scene in The Princess Bride where Andre the Giant and Wesley are fighting.
Okay.
Just kind of big boulders and stuff kind of placed around.
Okay, I keep following their trail.
Should we
stealth? I stealth.
Do you want to go alone or should we go together?
I can stealth out ahead, actually, maybe.
If I hear
and then I'll
screaming, I'll come.
Okay, it's one person, so I could probably take.
Right.
I rolled like a 20-something
Excellent.
stealth.
You successfully stealth.
Do I see him yet?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you round the corner, stealthily, obviously, round around a big boulder, and you see Finnegan and Adrin having a very civil conversation.
In response to his explanation of the situation with the giants, I want to make one more insight check. 12.
Seems as far-fetched as everything else that you've done on this adventure, so...
All right. Cool. Well, okay, then I'm going to say, people I'm traveling with, we've sort of made it a habit to help out in situations like these. Would you mind a few extra hands on this on this quest of yours?
I will tell you my intention. I want to sneak up on them and put a dagger behind, like from behind him on his neck.
Oh my gosh.
Talk about mixed signals.
I rolled a.
Finn's like, you want our help? Dagger.
I rolled a 10 stealth. My boots make no noise though.
He hears
What
you
do you
coming.
Okay.
You did not beat his passive perception.
Look, an eagle!
It's like your instrument string hit something on your bag.
Yeah, yeah.
He was about to respond to Finn, and turns. What's that? And he sees you.
Hello there, friend.
Hello?
Hello there.
Is this one of your compatriots?
I thought she came from the other campsite.
Pretty strange to meet strangers on the road these days. I say it coolly.
We're about to rustle up some fish, and now I'm meeting all sorts of new friends. What a strange morning we're having. I'm trying to make huge downplay eyes at Udon, like I'm a little scared.
And I'm like
Let's
trying
not
to
blow
like
up.
gauge. Okay, I want to roll to gauge like insight check to like gauge the situation to see what
Finn wants.
what.
I think the mustache
14.
is helping.
Yeah, you can tell. You can kind of gauge what he's trying to tell you.
That like this is a dangerous situation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Potentially fragile.
What's your business in these parts, sir?
Everyone seems to be interested, I guess. Trying to find some giants. They've got some magical cuffs that I'm trying to get back because they stole them from the high mages, high elf mages, and I'm trying to get them back to give them to them.
What's your angle? I say, pointing my sword at him.
Whoa!
We don't just meet wizards on the road that often. And a lot of people are trying to kill us.
Have you been to Vaayu before? There's a lot of wizards.
Oh no.
This is in fact my first time. This is going so fun.
Yeah. Did you sleep okay?
No, I didn't. I point my sword at him.
I didn't. No!
Because
You're right.
you
that was
guys
rude.
had to fight and throw fireballs, and no one can just get along. Udon.
You know, and he's like kind of backing away. He's like, I don't know. I appreciate the offer for help, but I don't know if your group needs another something on their plate.
I tried to do something right, and it blew up in my face like everything else.
You're right. You're right. This is Gregor's fault. Who's gone? Who knows where the heck he is?
I rolled a 16 perception to see if I hear them yelling.
You do.
Okay. I kind of go approach, not necessarily trying to stealth, because they're already yelling, so I'm just kind of run up like.
And you see Finnegan and Audrin with their hands raised, and Udon just kind of viciously pointing her sword at both of them.
Okay, I want to do
Mustache falls.
Yeah. Like everything else falling apart.
I would like to do an insight check on the
Audrin?
guy to
Okay.
see if I get the vibe that he is good or evil. 22.
Wow.
I feel like you can learn a lot about a person when you pull a dagger on them.
I suppose. So that's a very high roll. So with that, you are able to tell when he speaks about the high mages, based on the dilation of his pupils and all that hogwash.
The body language, you mean?
Udon's more of a gut kind of person.
But he has a bit of he sounds a little bit angry when he talks about them.
The mages?
Yeah.
Oh.
He seems a little wild-eyed, like like someone who's just come up with a crazy plan. And so wild-eyed and frustrated are the kind of main vibes that you're able to get from
Am
him.
I getting like a dangerous vibe? Like he's a danger to us?
You can tell that he is genuinely interested in getting some help.
Okay.
Okay.
And like, he means you no harm.
Okay. So while I'm, shaking my sword or dagger around, it will probably be the dagger. I know I said sword earlier, but dagger just sounds better right now.
It's less
And then I point at him and sort of look him down and trying to get a good read on him. And then I get this read that I'm pretty sure he's not a danger to us, though he is sketchy, and I am intrigued.
I mean, you can tell just from your experience with Finnegan as well. I mean, you can tell that this guy seems like a pretty good mage, pretty powerful magic user. So you do know you are able to kind of gauge that just from like the robes he's wearing and the paraphernalia he has, like that kind of stuff.
I lower my dagger and I sheath it. Sorry to go a little crazy on you. It's been a weird week. I don't believe that you're a danger to us. I look at Finn and why did you turn this anthill into a mountain or molehill into a mountain, whatever they do.
Audrin, was it? I will level with you. I have been very tense today. You can understand if I'm a little overcautious, and I dispel the fake campsite and say goodbye to the fake party members I made.
Oh!
Was it the fake chosen ones?
No, there was a dragonborn called Figment. They're a laugh. They tell jokes to pass the time in the night instead of just staying silent at each other.
And
hey, this is our first rough night.
He looks at you. Finnegan, with a look that says, "You know, I've seen that spell before, right?"
How many times have you seen it cast with a nat 20?
And he just kind of, well, all right then. That was interesting.
I'm still not convinced that you're not a little sketchy.
Really?
Did that make sense grammatically?
I agree.
Well,
so we're all good here?
Hey, you
I'm
Dryad!
standing watching
Yeah.
should I
Pop out
attack?
from
Should
behind the
I?
tree.
What's going on?
We're good. Put the swords away.
when he sees you, he's just sees the iridescent hair and everything, just well now. Oh my goodness.
She may have someone in the ore, man. You gotta back off.
We're not really sure.
It's more of a religious, you are not
Normal.
of this world
No, we should have
kind of
her
response.
first.
Gee, thanks.
Girl, you out of this world.
Oh no.
But he's almost reverent. Just astounded to see you.
So, it was, your name is Adrin?
Yes.
And,
Who are you?
I am Dryad Alice.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
You as well?
You travel with these people?
Yes! I sure do.
Frankly,
So, you need our help, or you need...
Well, I mean, I definitely could use help on my quest, but I set out alone. I mean, I feel that I can do it, but, 4 hands are better than 2, something.
Yeah, if only there were 4 of us.
Actually, we need to find our other friends.
That's true.
So,
You have a missing party member.
Is there any chance the town of Udana is on the way to where you're going?
Well, I wasn't going to tackle this particular beast just yet, but there is a cloud giant in the region that does have one of the cuffs.
I don't know, you guys. This isn't really our mission, We still gotta.
That's true. I mean, so we would just essentially help you get these magical stolen items, and what would benefit us for
Great question.
helping you?
I mean, I guess I have some tomes or manuals that I could give to you.
Sorry. I'm drooling. It's this fish. It looks so delicious.
Yes. So it's not much, but it would make you stronger in various aspects. Specifically, you can increase some of your stats with it: dexterity, constitution, strength, intelligence, charisma, wisdom. Each of these does one thing, increasing it by 2, which is freaking nuts.
Wow.
Whoa.
Well, that's
So this is all that I really have, but I'd be willing to.
And what is the scope of such a venture? I mean, is it just the cloud giant?
Also a good question.
There are 6 giants.
There are giants in the sky.
That was uncanny.
There are 6 giants throughout the world that have that we know of that have stolen these cuffs.
Are
There's
they like toe rings to these giants?
it fits upon their wrists.
Oh, gotcha.
The materials of the cuffs are magical in nature, kind of allowing for size changes.
The fabled one-size-fits-all cuff?
So there's Hill Giant on the plateau in Campi.
I'll write this for Gregor, since he's not here as the quest keeper.
In Gora, on Oblaka Peak, there's a Stone Giant. In Cult, Frost Giants of the White Waste. In the Hidden Isle, in the north of Vaayu, there's in this region, the Cloud Giant. In Laha, at the base of the Barepi volcano, there's a Fire Giant. And on the western coast, south of Uka, in Wai, there is a Storm Giant. And these are the 6 that we know of that stole these particular magical items.
Can I ask you a question? How did giants steal your precious items? They're not exactly stealthy, you know what I mean?
These items are used by the High Mages for various experimentation in magic and creating magical items, and as we had parties throughout the world trying to create magical items kind of specific to each region. It just so happened that we kept on running into giants.
Ain't that just the way?
And we, as mages, small parties of three usually didn't have much of a chance against such brute force, and especially in the further more southern, more dangerous regions like the volcano.
And so we're planning to take on these giants by yourself?
I was planning on figuring it out along the way, I guess.
That was a horrible plan.
My kind of oh, yeah, it's dreadful.
Well, so, I mean, hypothetically,
Yes.
if we were in the area and came upon a giant and is there, do you have, a timeline? Is this pressing? Because we do have a world-saving quest tour.
This quest for myself I was planning on it taking quite some time, so it's not something that I'm expecting to get done tomorrow, but...
Okay. I suppose we can just keep it in mind as we're,
if you would,
passing through the world.
And then find me, I guess, the best way.
Oh yeah.
Search for me here.
Middle of nowhere by the lake.
In this region, usually probably by the lake, I guess.
So you're sending us out to do your mission while you sit around here by the lake and fish?
And wait for us.
We're volunteering.
That's true.
You all literally. I didn't ask for this.
Sorry, it twisted my arm.
See, Finn really wants those tomes.
I can increase your dexterity by 2 points, or your constitution, or your strength, or your intelligence, or your charisma, or your wisdom.
Are you saying we're not all of those things already maxed out?
Definitely
I'm not getting those vibes.
I almost have 20 charisma.
Well, what about your other stats?
Definitely not.
But yes, I mean, Obviously, I'm not exactly equipped to deal with this on my own. I would really appreciate the help, and I will give you these tomes. I swear it.
Alright. One last quick question. As a wizard, I'm sure you know how annoying it is when the enemy you're up against resists all your spells. Anything we should know about the specific giant's weaknesses or resistances?
Well, the only one that I've really been able to study up much on is the more local,
Cloud giant.
the cloud giant. I so happen to have a textbook on giants.
Bestiary.
Right here that I'm...
Well, we'll see what Gregor's been doing for all these
Yeah, I'm
hours.
gonna get to you right now.
He finished our quest.
You're
Guys,
looking-
I cleared all the darkness.
Yeah, the Tarask is dead.
Cloud giants are very intense, as you might imagine. Being of this region, they have magic. They have innate spell casting.
Well, beans.
Though, as far as we know, they are just as susceptible to magical damage as the rest of us.
I like to hear.
Just a giant, but very resilient. Very strong. Able to do not just magic, but also very dangerous, hit you in the face till you die damage as well. So,
Most powerful magic of all.
but this I can tell you, their strength stat-wise is off the charts.
Ooh.
And
That lines up.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
they do not have any resistances or immunities to any specific types of damage.
Well, we wish you luck. That
So they're
sounds...
vulnerable.
But if we come across it, we're pretty good in a fight. But anyway, I mean,
So yes,
Say hello to our corpses.
bring the cuffs back here to the lake, and I will give you these tomes. Scout's honor. as it
Sure.
were.
I feel like we really do need to go find our friend. 'Cause
Yes,
he could be dead in the ditch.
Kill him.
he
Steal
could
tomes.
be. Jump cut to Gregor. What are
I'm
you?
riding my horse to town.
You're riding
Jump
your horse
cut
to
back.
Well, you're riding your horse to town,
I'm sore. Anyway.
Should we?
and
I'm.
so you're just kind of alone with your thoughts.
You're
On your
all
horse.
We could try the sending stones, but I think
Might be out of range by now.
yeah.
We left 3 hours ago.
Yeah, I think it would be totally out of range.
Range 300 feet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yikes.
That's nothing.
Gregor,
I
Gregor.
wouldn't.
In the plains, as the sun has risen, and you are now just kind of the lone moving figure, you suddenly hear the cry of a bird, very ugly, gross, but high pitched sound, and you suddenly feel on the back of your neck
Bird poop.
nothing because it misses you. A bloodhawk.
Jeez.
Just zips past you. And as you look up, there are now about 5 bloodhawks swarming you.
Buzz off.
And I want you to roll for initiative.
8.
Yep, and they're just hungry and have not been able to find food, so they're trying to kill something way bigger than them. There are 2 that rolled higher than you for initiative, so they'll just be swinging down at you. Does 17 hit?
17 does not.
Okay. And that one is below 10. And now it's your turn.
I'll attack one of them. Probably the one right in front of me here. That's gonna be a 22 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. 8 damage
Okay. You kill it.
with my bow.
it's dead.
Dang, you just killed one?
So,
Wowza.
I'm a good shot.
How
You
else
got
to
multi.
forward?
Oh, I do, yeah. So I'm just riding around, like, under them, Mongolian style,
Dang.
assassinating. That's above 20.
Yep.
10 damage.
You kill another one.
Jeez. That's amazing.
And then I do
Action.
action surge.
The birds.
15 to hit.
Yes.
6 damage.
Oh, this one's bloody.
Oh.
Oh man.
Bloody
I
hell.
shoot at it again.
Okay.
That's gonna be a 17 to hit.
Okay, you kill it. It has 1 hit point. Okay.
Yes!
So there's 2 left.
Yep.
Oh, and did one of them go already?
Yeah, 2 of them missed.
Oh, nice.
Just Jedi mode.
Dead birds
Yeah.
falling out of the air.
On a moving horse.
Now you see what I've done to your friends. Get out of here.
And they're enraged, so the other 2 try to attack you.
Birds of a temper.
Oh, dang, 17. And less than that, dang. The Stormtrooper birds, it's your turn again.
20 plus.
Yep.
11 damage.
Okay, that one's dead.
How about you, Packer?
Now I can attack
Yep.
again.
And they're swarming like within melee range, so if you want to do a sword attack.
There's just one, actually.
Well,
It's trying to like find an in to peck you.
I want to grab my spear and knock it out of the air onto the ground.
Okay.
So I'm making like a non-lethal attack, but 17 to hit.
Yep.
And then
Okay.
4 damage.
So you have brought it down pretty significantly. It doesn't have much left, and it's on the ground now, kind of
It's on
injured.
the ground. Okay.
Yeah, and it's kind of mad at you. And
breakfast.
are you just gonna keep trying to knock
Oh,
it
is
out,
it gonna
or-
attack me again?
Yeah, it's its
Alright.
turn. So
Okay.
it's gonna have.
I dismount though on that turn.
Okay, it's gonna have disadvantage because it can't fly. You
Oh,
damage one of its wings.
No, that's sad.
Yeah, it doesn't hit you.
I grab its legs.
Okay, and it's freaking out, and you can tell that it's just really hungry. It's kind of its main motivation for things right now. That's why they attacked you in the first place.
Eats the human.
I do have rations in my. I have bug jerky still.
Dang, that's
Oh,
old.
It's only gotten better with age.
Oh my gosh.
It's jerky. That's the whole point. And I.
Oh my gosh.
So I grab this bird by the legs, and I lash it to my saddle, and while it's hanging upside down,
Oh
hanging
my
upside down,
God.
flapping and squawking,
Oh.
I take out some bug jerky and I hold it up to its
Okay,
beak.
Probably like an animal handling.
and it aggressively pecks at the food and gets the food and eats it. And doing so, it snags your finger with a 23 to hit, so you take 1 point of piercing damage.
Quite the pecker you got on you, Pecker.
And now it's just chomping away at the bug jerky.
The only one who drew blood. You're hanging out with the wrong friends, mate. You're better and stronger than all the rest of them.
And it kind of like looks up at you and like cocks its head, and it's just kind of like looking at you with its unblinking eyes, just kind of like, well, just eating.
I killed them all, but you're still left. Well, off we go, Pecker.
And
Enjoy the ride, you mangy git. You know you're better off now that they're all dead.
That was his family.
Because now you can live whatever life you want.
Yeah. It's been cut free.
Granted, I say so.
So it's still tied to your
So
horse,
there's
and you're still continuing the same direction.
Wow.
Okay.
So we probably, I assume we tried the sending stone.
Yeah,
And
and
would've-
he's well beyond 300 feet, so.
So where do we think he went? I mean, we don't know this area very well.
Well, I can point us in the direction of the next town if we need to go there.
Yeah, maybe let's just head there.
Yeah, if
Where
there's
else
a
would
town,
he
we
have
might as well.
gone? He's
he
not
probably
gonna go back
right.
to the other town.
It's
Go
kind
to
of
the
got a pattern
cemetery.
of,
He'd get tarred and feathered.
Let's try the next town, I guess.
I said I was sorry. At some point, I'm sure.
As a collective.
So you leave Audrin by the lake.
Oh yeah, bye.
Audrin by the lake. That's a lovely town name.
And you head off, trying to track down.
Can I do like a survival check as we're going to see if I see like hoof prints?
Yeah, because you
I don't
weren't.
think I'm good at
Greg,
this,
you
but-
weren't making any effort to like hide your tracks or anything, right? Okay.
Oh jeez. That's a 7.
You have no clue where it is.
I sure
Yeah,
hope he
I
went
also
this way.
Unnatural 20.
Yes. You find hoof prints and start following them.
Udon, you're really good at tracking.
pretty good at a lot of things. But
It's
Bards.
like intimidation.
Yeah, seriously.
So sorry.
So-
I guess I'm still grumpy.
I mean, it's fair that
you
we're a
need to
little...
take your crabby spirit and stuff it up your ass.
I think you and Gregor need to have another spa day to just bond and... What about me?
I get spa.
You know, we probably also deserve
Those were those character development episodes that, were misled the audience and us to believe that we had made leaps and strides.
Yeah.
Friendships with one another.
Our old
I
bag
think-
is
Only to
still
come
there.
crashing
Yeah, but
down.
there are like several seasons, so we have to create some drama.
We need
No,
drama.
it's true. I mean,
And-
that's the best thing about any good show is like
Right.
the characters have their high moments and their.
And
Yeah.
we're like a family. We're gonna bicker and fight, and we're halfway through our journey. At some point, we are gonna.
Are we there yet?
I've just abducted a wild
And I'm
hog
assuming-
named Pecker.
Yep, you have a bloodhawk that you've named.
I assume Gregor would get to town before us. At
Yeah.
least for
Yeah.
a little bit.
He is
For the-
even with that little
Yeah.
scuffle that probably took 30 seconds of his day.
Yeah, literally.
I also found one from Diablo 3 that has 4 wings.
Whoa.
I want to believe in.
I can make that canon. Yeah, sure.
Okay.
It has 4 wings.
Dang.
Why not? Okay.
And you
That's
freak.
that one
and you broke one of them.
weird. Okay.
then.
You broke one of them.
Alright.
So,
He gets to town before us.
you guys do not have any random encounters. However,
Do we see any bird tracks?
you do after a couple hours of travel, you come across a place where there's kind of like a trampled set of hoof sets just kind of around in a circle, and 4 dead birds
Are
and
there,
blood.
They ate Gregor and Costello.
Birds don't eat people.
are there other bloodhawks eating the bloodhawks?
There are some vultures
Oh,
eating the bloodhawks.
Birds are so freaking weird.
guys,
man.
Gregor's probably bloody and wounded and barely holding on to life.
So
Should I get
like
rid of this
an
fish?
average Tuesday.
You're right, but like I want to heal him and. Hey, what did you say?
I just said, should I get rid of this fish?
I
Can't cook it.
Finnegan has had a fish that he did not clean, did not put in water
Yeah.
for like 4 or 5 hours. So it's just a dry,
God.
dead
Ew.
fish.
Yeah, I'm chucking this and I just toss it to the vultures.
You're gonna smell like dead fish all day.
And one of the vultures just like catches it in
I
the
hope they follow you.
They've imprinted.
Yeah.
That's pretty much the worst of what happens. Really quick, Gregor, you are traveling to Udana.
Udana sounds familiar, except far prettier sounding.
I love the idea of Gregor just like making sexist comments like to himself.
And we're not there to slap him.
Udana, just one of the many improvements that could be made to a certain individual that I know, and let's hope you never have the misfortune of meeting, Pekka.
We just feel insulted from a distance.
Yeah.
Let's see if this whole town is full of whiny, entitled pricks.
I have no idea how you pulled out of your hat that you're mad at her.
Yeah, when did this become about me?
We
Because
fought in the
you
fight.
locked him out of
Yeah,
the side.
You
made him sleep outside.
You took his side and everything, and
Yeah.
you were.
I mean, there was an obvious side to choose.
Well, on the whole, like you
Oh my gosh.
running away from having everything, I think, just like
Wow, we're getting to some like deeper tension from backstories causing conflict because of the different character choices in their past.
I've probably most of the time figured that you ran away for good reason and that your home life could have been just as bad as mine. But then when I want a reason to dislike you, then I start creating a narrative that is
this
different.
is deep.
Well, we all do that, you know.
It's true, dude. Yeah. Very true.
Anyway,
Udana. As you are approaching Udana, you find yourself approaching a very hardy-looking village. This is on the cliffside, the edge of the continent, looking over the vast ocean. You can see, very much like the harsh Atlantic spreading out, and you can actually, the village is close enough to where the water meets the ice shelves of the tundra region. So you can see both glacier ice and and ice walls, ice cliffs below you that meet the water. So it's this very cold kind of edge of the ocean feel. And as you look up in the sky as you're approaching, you see hippogriffs just flying freely.
And it's on like on a cliff.
Yep.
Village.
It's on the cliffside, overlooking the water.
Might need to trade you in for an upgrade, Costello.
As it kind of gets to the edge of the cliff, there's just little hills and stuff with very humble but sturdy-looking residences.
All
right. Brick and wood.
Amenities do I see? What?
The signs.
Shops. Yeah. So this, as you're going through this town, and
I'm
it's
specifically looking for a potion shop.
a potion shop.
Potion seller.
Potions.
Rascal.
I have a bird with a broken leg, and I need a very weak potion. A strong potion might kill it.
Well, as you're walking through the village, kind of one of the further away doors, and maybe you ask a person that you walk past. They point you to Airborne Magic. It is a alchemy and enchantment shop.
I dismount, hitch my horse, and step on it.
And you step in, and it's kind of that like wind outside. You step into a very warm, Viking-esque aesthetic shop. Everything's just big wood beams holding up everything, and there's a fireplace in the corner. And it's
Sky
Realm. And you step in, and you see a male human, kind of like stocking the shelves. He's very burly. He's wearing a fur cloak wrapped around a simple shirt, and he's got a hat on, just kind of like a skin hat.
Skinhead. Oh!
And he hears the little bell ring, and he turns and he says,
Nice hat, mate.
"Oh, thank you. What can I do for you?"
Need a health potion.
Health potions. Yes. 50 gold pieces.
Right.
How many do you need?
You're getting it.
Look, I actually I don't have any money really.
I see.
This is a beautiful turn of events.
Interesting.
Well, I mean, I have 20 gold if I were to break down my copper piece allotment, because I think I have 227. It could be 27. There's a phantom in there. Sorry, look, I've got an injured bird out there. It's just I don't know. Could you spare just a drop of health potion?
You don't have any money.
Let me see the bird.
Sure. I go outside and I come back in. Now, Pekka, behave. This is the doctor.
Okay. And this like shopkeeper. And
Jeez.
he oh, a blood dog. Captured.
Yeah, harangued me on the road, killed all its friends, and then abducted it. Not the first time.
They've been very food has been very scarce in the region for these birds. I understand why they attacked you. And he kind of like takes it from you, and he actually undoes the tie on its legs, and he pulls out a little it almost looks like a trail mix kind of thing from and he starts feeding it, and like he finds like a very specific point, like kind of like on its neck, and he just kind of like starts rubbing it, and the bird just kind of like falls into his hand or whatever, and he says, "There's a pressure point on the birds, and it's very relaxing for them. You don't want to push it too hard; could kill them. So it's very you know the right pressure. It's very relaxing for them." And it's just kind of like it's almost asleep in his hand, and he's feeding it or whatever.
Well, cute when it's quiet.
And he pulls out, he brings it to his counter, and he sets it on the counter, and it's just kind of like chilling, eating the little like pile of nuts and whatever, and he kind of from a drawer he pulls out a very very small vial, and he kind of like pours it and mixes it in with a pile pile of food that's on that the bird is eating, and the bird eats everything up, and after a few moments, it stretches out its broken wing and kind of flaps it and tests it, and then it spreads all of its wings, and it like almost looks like it's gonna take off, and then it closes its wings and it sits down, and it just kind of like starts hopping around the counter and looking around.
What's your name, mate?
My name is Eldon.
Eldon. Pleasure. Thank you so much. I don't have gold, but I've got silver.
I injured animals. No charge.
1 silver. Yeah, you at least deserve a tip. Best place to get a bite around here?
That would be the Cliffside Inn. It's a small tavern, but it's run by a friend of mine, Mivil. He's another human like myself. We're all pretty much humans who live here.
Just humans.
But tell him that Eldon sent you. Drink on me.
Appreciate that. Why is food scarce for the birds?
As I'm sure you're aware, being a traveler, the recent darkness kind of encroaching the land, there's just kind of a lot of wildlife is being eaten, killed. Yeah, food chains have, not to get too scientific, but everything's been a little disrupted, so there's a lot from ground up that's being affected.
So, really it's the darkness has taken a heavy toll, you'd say, on the region, all life in the region.
The land is sick.
If only someone would do something about it, eh?
How do you fight such reckless hate?
No idea. It requires very special people who are very singularly committed to a very impossible goal. Not like me. I've got my own business.
As do we all. Maybe someday we'll be blessed with a group of heroes like that, boy.
Wouldn't that be nice? Well, thank you, Alvin. It's really been a pleasure. All right, Pekka, come on. And I pulled out my wrist.
I want you to roll a animal handling check.
This reminds me of
And actually,
Pokemon.
as you hold out your hand, you're about to attempt this. Eldon, just a moment, and he gives you like a little like handful of the like bird snack to use. All right,
And I hold it in my hand.
so roll with advantage. Animal handling.
15.
So this bird, it slowly, timidly, or cautiously, anyways, approaches you. It this time significantly more gently, remembering that you did feed it after it was injured. It does eat the little handful of bird snack from your hand, and then it slowly hops onto your cuffed wrist, and it just kind of like spreads its wings a little bit, looks kind of proud of itself, and it's on you.
I take it to the cliffside, and I'm just saying, right, go on then.
And the bird,
Oh, be free.
the bird leaps off of your hand and plummets down the cliffside.
Soldier.
Maybe our lotions don't work instant.
And it's one of those, it disappears, and then in a very majestic, very epic moment, it rises in front of you. It turns and kind of like flies at your level for a little bit, and
It's been fun, but go on. I murdered your friends, you can't have forgotten that.
and it just kind of like flies around you, and it doesn't seem to want to leave.
What are you doing? I just hold you back. Go be free. Be alone. You don't need friends. No one needs friends.
It starts kind of like getting close to you and try, like almost like it's searching for more snack.
Well, I'll be at the tavern. You do whatever you want. Stinking bird.
Okay.
And I go into the tavern and I say, "Oh, Melvin. Marvin. Eldon.
Nailed it.
Mivel.
Mivel. Alright. Eldon sent me. Well, he didn't send me, he just said I could get a bite. And I get a bite.
and they will, it's just kind of a very simple interaction with the barkeep, it's just, all right then, it's your meal, and sets it in front of you with a drink, and
I go and sit on the cliff outside actually with it.
Okay.
So that if Pecker wants any, he can help himself.
Okay. You place yourself by like a very, just kind of like a really like crappy little tree that's kind of like growing out of the cliffside or whatever, and Pecker is sitting on the tree and just kind of like chilling with you.
Do we get to town now?
Jump cut back to the other group. You all arrive at town. After all of this has gone through, I would say that you've been in town for probably about 3 or 4 hours at this point, Gregor.
Do we see a sign that says Udana?
Yeah. Yep, you see a sign that says Udana.
Am I dyslexic, or is this place named after you?
Yeah, that looks.
Atanu. Anadu.
It's like if you switch to the N and the A.
Yeah, that's weird. Alright,
freaky.
sit down. Actually, I get off my horse and just like lead it through.
Oh no.
I suppose people would be confused whenever they see a unicorn. I bring her everywhere.
You guys are definitely getting, not like weird looks,
Yeah.
but just kind of like, oh, visitors, what the heck?
Well, that's
why are you guys here? Everyone that you see is very, just kind of burly, strong looking, very resilient. The men all have very big beards. The women all have kind of like, their hair is all like,
braided.
Kind of braided, tied up. Either in like one really long braid behind them, or just kind of like very functional side braids and like that kind of stuff. There's not much in the way of beauty. Yeah, that you see. It's all very just everything is very functional. Everything is very just kind of like everything has a purpose. Everything is made to survive the weather and the harsh conditions, and everyone seems kind of very pleasant. Surprisingly, though, it's kind of like this is our lives, and we don't care what we look like. We don't care what we smell like.
Do we see the hippogriffs?
And you see, yes, the same as Gregor walking through. You see many hippogriffs just flying around. Some people are mounted on the hippogriffs, flying around. Some hippogriffs are just flying around freely, but there are a lot of them.
Byron, you're worth at least a discount on one of those, right?
Oh, but Byron's been with you for so long.
I mean, I feel like, I don't know if we can get to everywhere in the Sky Realm on land. Yeah.
Well, our first priority is to find Gregor. I go into
Oh,
the
that's
tavern.
right.
You go into the tavern.
That's a
And
good
I
place
go
to
to the
look.
bar.
Okay.
Hello, sir.
Hello?
Can I get a beer or ale or whatever you're serving?
Which? Because we have
Yeah, both?
both.
Excellent. It's hard to know what different towns out here in the middle of nowhere have.
No, that's fair. I get it.
Yeah, I'll take do you have like a darker sort of beer?
Yes,
Maybe
yes.
a stout or
Yeah, we absolutely do. Yeah.
Excellent.
Definitely.
And he big
And it's like
beer barrel like
afternoon, right?
yeah, like one of those comically large barrels like on the wall
Yeah.
with a tap on it.
Gaston's Tavern.
Yep, and he pours you a big and like this is like there's no small, medium, or large here. There are giant steins, and you have a big giant stein of dark stout.
Sir, question. We're looking for a friend of ours. He's a man, middle-aged.
He's a half-elf.
Yeah,
oh, sorry. Half-elf.
And like before you finish describing him, he's just like,
Yeah, he just arrived several hours ago. The only visitor we've had here. He's on the cliffside, I think.
Oh, excellent. Thank you. Thank you. So tell me about this town. What
Well, this is Udana. Yep. Don't get a lot of visitors here. We pride ourselves in our training and raising of hippogriffs. Kind of a dying breed, a little bit. So we kind of kind of worked on protecting them. We used to fight them, actually. We're part of the reason for them to be very, to be sort of near extinct.
So is this community service you're doing?
Well, it's all because of,
Who found
Cash Stead.
black hippogriff?
Cash Stead.
That'd be rad. I want a black hippogriff.
Dark as the night.
He kind of, always kind of more of a pacifist. Really liked the violence, never really liked it, and so he.
What was his name?
His name's Cash Stead.
All right.
And
Cash Stead.
and yeah. So, anyways, he kind of started running the stables here, and he kind of got those up and running, and now he does a lot of the training.
We should go stop by there.
I would love to meet a hippogriff cowboy.
Hippogriff riders. And the purpose in that is to just to keep them from extinction.
Well,
Or
that's
do you
kind
use
of what it
them?
started out as, but we've been doing this for a lot of years now. There's it kind of increased the population of hippogriffs, and so now we use them functionally. We use them for travel a lot. There's a lot of places in the region that are difficult to get to unless you've got an airship, and that's always dangerous, with the pirates about and all that stuff. So
We have
try to
heard.
avoid that. So hippogriffs, they easily outmaneuver an airship. So.
Do you have pirate problems here?
You could definitely 100% say that for sure, yes.
Yes.
Every single one of your NPCs has said that. I think you could say that definitely 100% sure, yes.
At least one every realm.
When you, like,
Why did you point it out? I didn't know I was doing that.
That's how I feel when people point it out what I do when I get a nat 20. I'm like, now I'm aware.
Search through the episodes and
let
start
me
cutting them
be.
out.
I think everyone has their
Yeah, we
things
all
they
have
say.
things. We all have things.
That's like
I literally didn't know that I've even said that
where
before.
like we pick out all the
All
things
of
that we
them?
like say over and
Oh,
over and
no.
like we create like
The
a song of it.
Wow.
So tavern master, sir.
Yeah, the hippogriff.
Yeah.
I have no more questions for you. And I give him a how much is a beer?
Well, that's gonna be 4 copper pieces.
Great. And I give him 5.
Hey, thank you.
I'm looking around
Do
at
you guys not tip in this region? It's hard to tell. Each region tips differently. There's
It's always pleasantly welcome.
Excellent.
I'm like looking around at the very like practical, efficient townspeople and nervously adjusting my coattails, and I just kind of ask him, hushed tones, "Do you have any daiquiris or anything like shaken behind the bar here?" See the wine list?
We have mead. It's about as best as I can get you.
Yeah, I wordlessly put some copper on the table.
Okay, and you get a kind of like a ram's horn mead glass. Like it's like the nicest thing that they have.
Because you are. Do you want
Cheers.
anything dry up while we're here?
Maybe some milk for my dragon?
Ever had hippogriff milk?
No! Do you have some?
It's pretty good, actually.
And he pours you a glass, and you
It's half horse
Why
milk,
does
half
milk
bird.
from any other creature but a cow and like my immediate reaction is like
hippogriff milk is very very thick. It's very.
Okay. I like 1%.
It is like
But-
10%.
I like skin.
There is like an actual like layer of cream up on the top. that
Okay,
you cannot
Shy
see.
is like inhaling it.
Does it like take a while to pour it?
Oh, jeez.
It's not goopy. It's not goopy milk.
Oh, jeez.
But it's a thick liquid. It's
Thick
Thickwood.
it's a
Sorry.
liquid.
I'm trying to think of it like melted marshmallow.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
way better.
Yeah, that's a better. Yeah.
Yeah, so it pours.
I try a little and then Shy, I give most of it to Shy.
Okay. The sip that you do take though is very it's like the flavor is very, very full. It's a very delicious taste. That kind of, it's like one of those things where you would have it and you don't need another glass.
She kind of shoves her face in, so she's got it all over her face. So we get our drinks.
I throw mine back, put it on the counter, thank you, and I go out to the cliffs.
Okay.
Oh, I follow.
The mead, Finian, is very potent.
Yeah, I'm pouring it into a mug and just giving him the ram's horn back. It's like, I can finish this here in one place. Thank you very much. Here's a little tip for you.
How much do you give him?
I'm gonna give him 6 more copper pieces.
Okay. He's like,
He's
like holding the handful of money, and he's just like, what just happened?
So we go find Gregor
Okay.
sitting on a cliff.
Are you still at the cliffside, Gregor?
I am sitting at the cliffside, smoking a pipe.
Are you smoking your monster pipe?
So we find him there?
Yeah.
He's not dead in a ditch!
I wish he was. That was a joke. Just joke.
Hey,
We're very
Gregor.
jovial today.
How's it going? So you have a bird.
And it like kind of like cocks its head at you.
Shy hisses at it.
And it just kind of like spreads its wings menacingly.
Yeah, she stands up on 2 legs. And just like okay.
Gregor, you were right. It was a stupid idea.
What? Now, Finnegan.
Are
It
you
was
serious?
the right thing
Are
to
you
do.
backing
Don't
down?
back down.
Hands
Never be
man.
said that I'm afraid of compromise.
Well, but we agree
Just
that what
a
you
brick.
did was the right thing.
Yeah. It was a dumb, stupid idea. It doesn't change the fact that they had to live in poverty for the last decade. It was stupid to think it would magically heal everything.
But it will help going forward.
Maybe if they make the trip to sell them.
I hate this family.
I'm sinking deep into cynicism.
I actually walk back to town.
Okay.
This town was named after a royal whore.
I stop, turn back, find
We
a
are
rock
on a
the ground,
cliffside.
and I hurl it at the back of his fat head.
Yeah.
Roll the hit.
Oh my.
Where's my d20?
It's right there.
Oh.
Not 20.
So you just said that for fun?
I did.
And then...
So it's a D4 if it's improvised weapon, which would be a rock, right?
Yep. So
So,
6.
and add Dex.
7, 8, 9.
Okay.
9 damage.
Yeah, I fall off the cliff.
No, you're not. You don't fall off the cliff. I'm imagining that you were sitting on the cliffside.
Yep.
So you say that facing away from her. You get hit for 9 damage on the back of the head and
Why wouldn't I get hit in the eye? Because she was walking away from
Were
me.
you facing her when you
Yeah.
said that? Oh.
Oh.
Okay. You get hit.
Jeez.
You get hit in the temple.
I thought you were, like, not facing me.
Nope, he was.
I was sitting by the cliff and then I
You could get hit anywhere. You could get hit in the nose.
You can hit me anywhere
Or
you
the
want.
ear.
Where do you want to hit me? You choose.
Like,
The temple. So you get hit in the temple for 9 damage.
That could have killed me.
It could have.
Oh.
And
Well, she got that 20.
you are knocked out cold.
What? What?
Good.
Oh.
And you slump to the ground.
On reflection, that was dumb to try and apologize.
I go over and make sure he doesn't actually fall off the cliff.
No, he fell kind of like more like kind of like to his knees and then face down.
But he's still unconscious next to a cliff.
Yeah.
So I just kind
Anything
of
could happen.
I just move him back a little.
Okay.
And then I assume.
So you drag his heavy, slumped
Yes.
body away from the cliffside and
Yes.
and he's there laying down face dirt.
Well, that was.
I'm not sorry.
I mean, he probably needed a rock in the face,
He did,
but
and I gave it.
Should we do another just to keep it
we
symmetrical?
still. Guys, we're not gonna attack defenseless Gregor. Does Gregor wake up right away?
No, Gregor is effectively unconscious for a while.
Dang.
So what do you guys do?
Well, we should
What does Pecker do?
talk to the.
Pecker is very like nervous and like territorial over him, so he's like hopping around his body, like squawking.
What is this? What is this bird?
I don't know. I think he. Wait, didn't we find a bunch of dead birds? We
Lay
should
on
go
hands.
talk to. Oh, I forgot you had
On Gregor.
See, I was gonna do
Are
that,
you
but since
just
you are the one
trying to
that
heal
hit
him, or are you trying to wake him up?
Just trying to wake him up.
Okay. You wake up.
You're 5 points healthy.
I knew it didn't matter what I say, you can't resist me.
Another rock.
Hit him again!
I'm gonna choose the high road right now, but you're walking on a very thin line. Where are we going next, friends?
Should
Are
we
we going hippogriff shopping?
We should go maybe go talk to the stables.
I personally would love hippogriff ride. Hippogriff ride. I haven't been here.
Let's
in a while.
go there.
I've always wanted to though.
Do we see a sign or anything? We're on the
For I mean, there's not a lot of buildings.
Right.
It's actually the building is probably right behind you. Actually, maybe 100 feet is the lofty stable, and there's kind of like a there's just like an open area with just kind of perches. There's no attempt to like fence them in. So you see that, and then the building is kind of like this, like there's half a bit, like half a normal like building, maybe a residence, and then kind of like a big open barn. So
That's
very
so fun.
very high ceiling, and then just open face, and then 3 walls. And that's what you see. You go in there.
Should we go in the building? Or go with the hippogriffs?
Yeah, we should probably talk to the.
You're right, that's probably more.
Question just.
Yeah.
Right. Well, no. Of course not.
What?
We would never do such a thing.
Again.
We go in the building.
Okay, so you go in the building. Yeah, you see another human male. Shaw, is his name. And he's a very like of everyone so far, he's like the most burly. He has a peg leg, a kind of like just kind of unkempt mustache, and messy hair, very like messy hair that's been kind of like tied into a bun on the back of his head. It's a very just kind of messy man bun. It's this dude had a lot of hair and he needed to put it up somewhere. And very scruffy. He sees you guys and he's just like, "What can I do for you?"
Hello. So we're possibly interested in the hippogriffs.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
Are they a certain monetary value?
You want to buy them?
Well,
Rent them?
yeah, that might be a little in our
I'd
budget.
buy one.
You want to buy a hippogriff?
Are
are
they
the
for
options?
sale?
Yeah, I mean
Or is it like a
they're kind of, like a very like a very rare dog breed or kind of. So 750 gold pieces to buy a hippogriff.
Oh, we can roll
50 gold pieces a week to rent them. Comes with a contract and a down payment though. 50 gold pieces, 100 gold pieces now, 50 gold pieces when you come back. You get that.
but I'm not talking to you guys right now.
Oh!
But Udana and I might make it like involuntary eye contact
We
with
cannot-
each other because we have the same idea.
I cannot
you're
steal
thinking.
our
I'm thinking
hippogriff.
something different. I think.
Oh, okay.
I might.
Do you perchance
Why buy when you can rent forever?
Like Blockbuster.
We can't-
I'll never know.
we can't be banned from 2 towns in the same realm 2 sessions in a row.
If I was Pekka, if I were talking to my friends, but I'm not. I would say to them that if we rent the hippogriffs and then save the town from darkness, they might reward us with hippogriffs.
You know,
Yourself,
is
but talking to your
there...
own-
And
the bird.
The bird.
No, I did that too. I mean, Pekka.
Oh my
No.
The bird. Gah! And it just kind of like starts like aggressively like moving its head up and down.
For a psychotic. Sir, is there any sort of discount for...
Saving the realm.
Yes, we happen to be here in Vaayu to cleanse your realm of the darkness.
Really?
Indeed.
Um,
We've actually already cleansed it from 4 realms.
Tell you
Last
what.
count.
Still renting them. I still need the down payment. So
Yes.
we'll do 100 gold pieces now, 75 back when you return with the Hippogriffs.
Well, can I do a persuasion check with my what I just
Yeah.
said to? Okay. It's 7.
100 now, 75 when you get back.
Sir, how hard is it to ride a hippogriff?
You're gonna need to spend a day, probably, working with them. Yeah.
And is it a situation where, like, the hippogriff chooses you? Or, like...
No.
Like, what are the different... what are the different kinds of hippogriffs? Are there ones that are faster or stronger? Or are they all similar in nature?
They're all pretty similar. I mean, there's just like, there's some that are maybe a little bit stronger, a little bit faster. They're more feisty. Gonna need to do some pretty intense animal handling moves with them. But you'd have greater fly speed with those. So by about 10 feet.
What's the upkeep of a hippogriff?
That's gonna be 2 days worth of rations per day for a hippogriff.
And do they like hunt in the wild at all?
They are omnivores. They'll pretty much eat anything. So yeah.
They can graze.
They can graze
eat
or
rodents and all that sort of thing.
Dang.
Eat a horse, depending on how hungry they are.
You know they
What
just
about-
see a dog and go.
What about Bodhi?
What about him?
Be very happy.
Oh yes.
You can send Bodhi back to
14.
14.
Come on.
Do you have enough gold?
I would like to purchase a hippogriff.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, is that like everything
Alright.
you have?
That's what I like about it.
Standard.
Whoa.
Standard hippogriff. Or for 25 extra gold pieces, I can get you in with one of the feisty ones that'll give you 10 feet extra fly speed.
And I don't do that for everybody.
But they're harder to handle.
They are. You're gonna have to spend a little bit more time working with them. Yep. But well, I mean, once you bonded, once you worked it out, worked out all the kinks, then it's they're pretty loyal steeds.
Yeah. I don't know if I have an extra. Okay.
You probably also. Well, do the saddles come with the rented ones?
Yes. Yep. And also the saddles
Oh.
are part of the. I've worked that into the fee for buying.
I'll try one of your feisty ones. Can I see them? Can I look at the creatures
Yeah.
before I purchase?
Yeah, come on
they're
back.
different colors.
Come on back.
So hippogriffs, I mean, they look very. I mean, it's like a. The whole front of its body is just a giant eagle, and then it's got a horse butt.
Beautiful.
As he's leading us over there, so we heard there was a kid named Akash.
Oh yeah, gosh, yeah. He kind of he's got the he's kind of the hippogriff whisperer, as it were. Yeah.
Where does that come
He
from?
can maybe give you some pointers.
He'll probably be in the ancestral home with his dad.
Oh.
So he brings you back, and he has kind of what looks like a long dog whistle. It's probably like an 8-inch long whistle that he pulls out and just kind of blows, no sound that you can hear, and a very big, like bigger than the other ones, definitely jet black, lands just with a thud right in front of you, and kind of is like cocking its eagle head back and forth and kind of like looking at you.
Buy all of my money.
Is this your personal or our fund?
Personal.
No,
this-
it's
I don't know
not.
if the party fund has enough for a hippogriff.
Abby's the other party funds.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it just, this big, giant black hippogriff lands in front of you, and he's like,
Yeah, so this is one of the rarer ones. This is very much similar to Akash's steed. Actually, this is gonna give you this is gonna get you for fly speed. This guy's got some really good wings. That's gonna be 70 feet of flight. Yeah, he's good. He's definitely a force to be reckoned with. And if he doesn't like you, he just doesn't like you.
Oh, shoot. Alright, cool.
All right.
What else you got?
Oh, okay. I mean, we got it's a brown one. Pretty much very similar stats. The regular ones, they're just slightly smaller.
Are there any that have that coloring that, like, in the book?
The white and the
Yeah, a lot of the
Gray.
regular ones. Sure, there's one of the big ones that looks like that. And pretty much all of the regular size ones have that coloring.
Okay.
The solid colors are kind of in the like stronger ones.
What do you guys think? Should I get a stronger one that's faster and can probably carry more, maybe multiple of us in a pinch?
right.
I'm gonna do one of the larger ones, in that, like, the book's coloring.
775.
775 gold.
775 gold pieces.
So how much do we need to rent?
To rent them for a week, it's 100 gold pieces down payment, and then with the discount
Yeah.
that you talked them into, you get 75 gold
that's-
pieces back when you bring them back.
That's for the three of us.
100 gold pieces each. That's 300
Oh.
gold pieces.
Jeez.
How many
afford
people
that.
can fit on
We can't?
my hippogriff that's larger?
2.
Okay, so
You just need to rent
especially
two.
because, like, Finn's smaller,
Yeah.
you know. You
So
can
you
maybe-
just
You'd
ride
be
on-
able to ride on any of them.
So
Right.
we just really need one to
if you're
rent.
cool with that.
Sure, yeah, definitely.
I ride maybe with Udana and then the guys riding the rented one.
Oh, I'm gonna take the bullet.
Uh,
character.
Well,
well,
I mean,
sure, yeah.
you can
We're
definitely,
gonna get it
We
back.
have enough to
Yeah.
afford all three if we.
and you're gonna get the money
Let's
back.
do it. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity to ride
okay.
hippogriffs, you know?
Alright, well then let's
Like-
rent 3. Okay.
Go big
Okay.
or go home.
All right. That's 300
Now you
gold
never
pieces.
know.
Man.
You'll see a 3/4 return on all of those when you bring them back.
So I go out and pat Byron on the side and say,
Oh.
"You're not obsolete yet, friend, but I'm got my eye on a new spell."
Oh. Yeah, I could send our mounts back right now if we want to, since we just rented hippogriffs.
Sure.
So, Leora, I'll miss you again. So, Leora will send our steeds back then. Goodbye.
Byron, go. You're leaving. Get out of here.
And
He's
they
like kind of like nickering at you and like just
say
kinda
hello to Hava for us. And they tell the way through the ore, and we have hippogriffs. I want to take a white one.
You have 3 rented ones and 1 owned one. What's his name?
I don't know yet.
Okay.
Griffin.
Grifter.
Great.
Hippie.
Nah.
You have Loon.
Actually, I'm gonna send Loon back
Oh, you are?
with the
Oh,
horses
we're
because
flying.
we're gonna be flying.
Yeah.
Question.
Okay.
Can that
She
happen?
might
What
have
sort
to
of
make
color
2
scheme did you get for the
trips.
hippogriff?
Leora can't do Loon right now, but she can come back and get her tomorrow. She can do it once per day.
Okay.
So we'll have Loon for another day.
Yeah, great.
So
That'd be awesome.
I tell her this in Sylvan. Should we, what's our plan here, team that's never been closer?
Well, I would like to learn how to ride.
Oh, yeah. Do we
Okay,
need to do
so
But
that's
other than that, like, what do you guys want to take on this giant that we've heard about, or
Well, yeah, I mean, Gregor doesn't certainly know about this new quest option.
What is Gregor's kind of like thoughts on a pecker?
On Pecker? They're complicated.
Okay, because this, I mean, just to make sure that I've made it clear,
Uh-huh.
Pecker is very like
Interested
interested.
in hanging around.
Yeah.
Because you fed him.
Okay, fine. I like that. I was really hoping that when Gregor did what Gregor would do and try to set him free, that the beast would still want to follow me. I was kind of hoping that would happen, and it did happen. But so Gregor's interested in wanting this creature to go and be free or whatever, but he might also be kind of, well, he might feel nice that it likes him. So whatever.
Especially since none of us are talking to you right now.
Yeah. No, he really likes Pecker. He's like he doesn't. He wants a friend, but
Yeah.
he also wants him to be free.
Well, I suppose you could fly away if you wanted to at any point. Giant,
So-
or we need to get the other keys and the dragon scale at some point. And
True.
But we should know how to ride our hippogriffs.
Yep, I think
Yep.
that's the first thing.
So,
Let's get wrangling.
for each of you, I'm gonna need you to make. So we're all trained. We're going into our hippogriff training
Tutorial.
session. The three of you are gonna need to make 2 animal handling checks.
Okay.
DC 12.
That's 3.
Not off to a great start.
It's not like a horse.
It bit me.
Okay, back. Let's go Finnegan. What's your try?
That's 11. I think it's going really well at first, and then it like cuts down at me because I look like a little bug.
Gregor?
17.
All right. So the three of you are just kind of like, or the two of you are just having a really hard time, and Gregor's just kind of like, yes, flying horse. Yes.
Yeah, right, exactly. It's just-
And hops on and has a very, very successful. I'm gonna get to you after I'm done with.
I got an
Totally
8.
You're just really struggle busting.
This is tricky.
Same roll, 11.
Okay,
Oh,
Gregor, one more
I'm
roll
getting
for
mad
you.
now.
I picture Shy's like flying past me and like snickering to herself. She's such a little
and that is
turd.
21.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Okay. So you kind of so for the first roll for the first roll you kind of mounted it and you're just walking around and just kind of like trotting. All right. I think I got this. And then you hit it and its wings go out and it just takes off into the sky and you are very skillfully riding this hippogriff.
Just like in my dreams.
I'm gonna try you two one more time.
One more time.
Hey, 13.
9.
Okay,
This thing's gonna eat me.
you are trotting successfully. So the guy who runs the shop,
Shaw.
Shaw, who runs the stable. He
I thought
he
he
like
wasn't looking.
he steps out. He's been watching. He's trying to yell out tips or whatever. He kind of like comes up to you and he gives you kind of like a slab of like dried meat or whatever, and he says.
The ring of animal influence.
Udon passes, like, fiddles in her stuff, and then, like, pulls out a ring. Which she, like, has a lot of rings on. And I give you.
We like need that Akash kid. He's probably the expert at this.
That's probably true.
You don't need any other expert but me. Yeah.
Do you hear something?
And as
Ain't that right, Pecker?
you guys literally
Pecker's
cannot hear him because you're like probably 100 feet above
Are
them.
they just
I hope you choke on a bug.
They're just futzing with these beasts.
Do I roll a second one?
Pecker is flying right alongside of you, just kind of like chilling.
I've always wondered what it would be like to be like you.
Okay, so Finnegan, you slip the ring on and roll an animal handling check with the things that the ring does.
I'm really tempted to just speak with animals and tell them to chill, but I use the ring to cast animal friendship
Aww.
angrily.
Oh.
Be my friend.
DC 13 wisdom check.
Wisdom. 4.
Yay! I give him the slab of meat and hop on.
Okay, so you are now successfully trotting around the track. Okay, now
We each.
Udon.
Oh.
I'm gonna go to Udon. So you are approaching this very big beast, and it's it's an eagle face that's just kind of like it's standing there tall and proud, and as you walk up to it, its eagle eyes just kind of like bend down to go like eye level with you, and it's just kind of like staring at you, and its like feathers on its neck are kind of like ruffling a little bit. You attempt to mount it. Give me a animal handling check.
Do I need to, like, do any, like give it a rat or, like...
You got any beef jerky? Or bug jerky?
I have 2 days worth of bug jerky.
Okay.
That's lasted weeks.
Give
I give it to him.
Okay,
That's the point.
with your slab of bug jerky that it takes from you, very you can tell that this beast is of higher intelligence than a normal bird. This is a very majestic, very proud creature, and it slowly takes the food from you and it eats it, and its feathers kind of like flatten on its neck. Roll an animal handling check with advantage.
Both 15.
Okay, and that's actually really great because I meant to tell you, because this creature is more difficult, the DC is 15. So you got it for that first check. And so it kind of like crouches down and allows you onto it. Roll one more animal handling check. Just trying to start trotting around.
Unnatural 20.
Okay, so you are very like skillfully like trotting around, and it's like kind of okay with you being on its back, and all right, Finnegan.
I'm gonna use the ring again and cast Speak with Animals and just ask him, alright, are we good? Are you okay? I know I cast a spell.
And so this allows it to talk to you as well, right?
Yes, I can speak and understand beasts.
Hippogriffs are a little bit more intelligent than other creatures, like I said, so it's, yeah.
So I'm gonna like try and negotiate with him. See if we can...
Yeah, of course, naturally.
What do you say?
Now listen, I know I cast a spell on you already, but that's just to get us past this point where I'm riding on your back now. Listen, we've only rented you, so this will be temporary, and then after that you won't have to see me again. Can we make this work, you and I?
And it just kind of like looks back at you as you're trotting around the open area, and it says, "We can see how this works."
Whoa.
I sit a little farther back.
Roll with advantage. Roll another 8.
Nat 20.
Okay. Alrighty. So you say that, and it's kind of like prepared for what you're trying to do, and you are trotting around and hip, and instead of what Gregor's did, immediately just taking off into the sky, yours kind of like looks back at you, and it just starts running towards the cliffside.
Oh my
and
gosh.
it is just barreling towards the edge, and it grabs with its eagle front claws, it grabs the ledge and launches itself over the cliff, and you are about 200-300 feet above sea level. And suddenly, I mean, it, like the pressure and temperature change of just being above the water, all of a sudden, it just hits you like a freaking wall.
Ah, my ears
and
Wow.
and and that the piercing cold of the Atlantic Ocean meeting the tundra realm. I mean, your ears are instantly numb and your eyes are instantly watering, and your hair is flowing behind you. Your hat is at risk of falling off, and you plummet towards the water. When you're about 10 feet above water, it spreads its wings, and it doesn't go anywhere. It just stops above the water, and it slowly starts to flap its wings. And then, as if it's just continually messing with you, it shoots up above Gregor and his hippogriff. You are now about 150 feet above the ground, and just totally dazed and winded by this ecstatic experience. And then it evens off, and you're peacefully flying.
I float up next to you and say, Finnegan, I am sorry about all that. Just don't tell the girls. I like being mad at them.
I don't even think I could begin to unpack all of that.
Alright.
It's all a secret.
Dryo, where did I leave you?
I just had one more check to make.
Okay. Yep, just roll another
Unnatural 20.
Okay. This bird or this hippogriff has it's gotten used to your feeling, and
I speak Elvish to it because that's always cool and it works great with animals. Even if it doesn't know Elvish.
What do you say in Elvish?
Ride with me.
Do you say it with that kind of like
sincere, like,
Yes,
let's
I sure
do this
do.
together.
Yeah.
And the bird, or the hippogriff, it smells what you're stepping in.
Such magnificent creatures.
And it just kind of it raises its head, kind of with a sense of adventure, and it not aggressively, not even it just
Chill.
as it's kind of running,
Yeah.
slowly you feel yourself raise up off the ground, and you are flying around the village. Back to Udon. You've successfully started trotting around this open area. Roll another intelligence check.
Oh, nat 20!
Okay, so what happens there? What happens now is the bird, the hippogriff. I keep saying bird. The hippogriff.
Big birds.
It's kind of it's trotting around or whatever, and you get the feeling with this feisty, magnificent creature that is trying to test you. It's trying to see if you're worthy to ride it, and it suddenly rears up on its hind legs and tries to throw you off. But with your excellent check, you hold on tightly, and it's kind of like trying to shake you around, and it's flapping its wings, and it's just trying to mess with you, trying to do anything it can to knock you off. And after a few moments of this, you're still on, and it lands with a thud as its front claws just tear up the ground, like scarring the ground with its claws, and it kind of like settles and waits for your final check.
I'm so lucky.
I rolled a 19.
Okay. And with that, it very proudly and very magnificently runs up. So I mentioned there are like these big posts, kind of like roosting areas in this open area. These posts are about the thickness of, maybe they're a little bit thicker than like a telephone pole. And it turns to one of them, and it jumps up, and just with like epically strong movements, it latches onto the side, like, kind of like a cat, and it just grips on, pulls itself up, launching, grabbing, launching, grabbing. Finally, you get to the top. You're about 50 feet up, and one more magnificent launch up, and it does a backflip, and plummets towards the ground, spreads its wings, shoots up into the sky, and levels off. And now you are all flying.
Wow.
Yeah. Do we still want to like do a conversation in the air?
I'll really always say sorry
Okay.
and whatever.
I'll just,
And then
I'll just be like, it's the strangest thing. I mean, why do we try and like bury down when we try to do something good? Like I thought I was doing something good for the village, and now I'm embarrassed about it. Why are we like shoving this underneath?
You were doing the right thing. I just thought you were doing it the wrong way.
Yeah.
I thought you could like give them something else, do something different, or just pull another trick, one that would be harder for them to read. Whatever. I just didn't want you to sell those pipes of rat control. All right.
Well, you can keep them.
The truth comes out.
Thank you. And like I said, Vin, I am sorry. But for those girls, and
I'm never gonna take your side on that.
No, I'm not mad at them, but I like being mad at them. I am mad at. You know what?
Gregor, I won't tell them.
I fly down to the Griffin Keeper and say, I'll buy it.
What? With what money?
How's the trade? I have one special ring of free action, a ring of evasion, an animated shield. Oh, that's good.
Oh my god.
A sending stone.
What?
And this elven longsword. All very, very expensive, very
I
rare.
don't even think you would like
cheap
those are
enchanted
all
items.
Well,
very
the magical
expensive.
items are hard to sell unless you go to very specific people.
This sword, very fancy sword. What do you think of it?
Okay, if you're selling Frost Brand,
No, not
Selling
Frostbrand.
Elvish sword.
Because I have Frostbrand. I don't need the Elvish sword.
to me.
So I want this bird really badly. And this sword, it's a very nice sword. Fancy, literally a gift from the gods. Yeah, can't pass it up, right?
You're not there, Dryad. He flew
But
down.
like, I need a new sword anyway.
And he looks at
I
it.
am
Metagaming. What do you want? What do you want this sword for?
Okay, well the other day I was like, okay, Gregory's using Frostbrand, which I kind of wanted, but that's okay. And then,
Oh, it's all coming out now.
Oh, because you're wintry.
well, yeah, and I've had this battle axe that does acid damage, and it's not my style at all, a battle axe or acid. So I wanted to get rid of it, but I've only been using it because it's magical, and so I want to enchant my normal longsword because I want to use a sword.
Is your normal longsword something like
No,
of sentimental value to you?
It's
or
what I
is it just-
started with,
Yeah.
but it's no,
Sell
it's
the
not.
axe and
Why
change
didn't you
the sword.
say something before?
Because Dryad doesn't do that.
Well, Gregor would never think of that.
Oh, I know.
I found fancy sword. I'm keeping fancy. You know.
Dryad,
Well.
you're not down there, so...
Shopkeeper of all of these items. Oh, you live in the cold. I've got these boots of the Winterlings that I tried to pawn off earlier, but some idiot said not to. So these will keep you warm even in cold, cold weather.
Boots of the Winterland.
They were just giving them away like candy. I mean, now they're worth a lot. I spent 1,000 gold on them, but I'll give it to you in trade for a hippogriff.
It kills me to do this.
Jeez.
I
What-
can't, like, that's not an equal trade, but I can probably take 150 gold pieces off a normal one. Well, just 150 gold pieces off.
Okay, so the boots you're taking 150 off. Well, I've also got a sending.
This is
stone.
like when. Yeah, that would be
I
worthless.
don't-
He could
I don't
talk to
need
us.
Yeah.
See this beautiful,
Oh, no.
beautiful elven sword.
I got it from
Do you like
Einsoft.
That is a
I-
beautiful, beautiful weapon. I've never
Guys,
seen
where did
anything of its
Gregor
like.
go?
No,
Gift
no.
from God. +1 bonus to attack and damage
Oh my
rolls, and while
gosh.
wielding with one hand, you can still roll a d10 instead of a d8.
Do you know how useful that would be for me? I'm always one-handed because I have a
You're
shield.
not there.
Ask
is-
Einsoft for one.
This is
Hey,
so
We got
painful.
we got to manage our
He's
inventory.
not even using it.
and
Buying
he-
off that guy.
He
Yes,
says,
I could.
he looks at that and he says,
Oh, jeez.
I could do another
Oh
Another
my
100.
Gosh.
Just
that's
100?
the best
Oh
that I
my
can do.
God.
I can't-
This shield
This is gonna be a
is perhaps the most remarkable item I own.
What's the
You,
rarity
instead of
of that?
holding it in your hand,
Because the
it
value
flies
of it.
around your person, and you never even. I mean, this shield alone. should
Why do
be
you
worth
even want a
700.
hippogriff?
Because
it's
I'm
flying horse.
a knight, and being a knight on mounted horse with lance and radiant armor is everything Gregor ever wanted, and now I'm on that, but flying, and I'm good at it, and it makes me feel good, and like a boss, and like a legend.
The very rare item that is your animated shield is worth 50,000 gold pieces. Yeah, so
These are really hard to
the
sell.
sword. You're also. I mean, he can only do 100 gold pieces.
You know what? I changed my mind. I've come to my better senses.
You can ask Finn
I will
for
just
party
rent this hippogriff for the allotted time and the allotted time only.
Perhaps rent to own.
Option to purchase later.
The spirit of Udana in my head, I quite agree with.
And he says because he recognizes the like longing for flight in your eyes, and he says, "You can always return. Come back."
Yeah, buzz
Hey,
off,
Keeper.
ponytail. All right, let's go.
Trying to be.
I'm sorry. That was rude.
Shaw, do you want to
You
get a
were
drink?
being kind, and everyone I met in this village has been
So-
kind, very noble. So please continue.
Yeah. So I mean, he simply says like, I know what it is like to not fly, and now I know what it is like to fly.
Yeah.
And you understand the value of it. Yes.
It's hard to go back.
And the fact is, we are still bringing hippogriffs back from the brink of extinction. It is not a fast process, and it is something that we are striving towards. So I cannot simply just give one away. They're so important to us as a culture and so important to the world that I cannot in good conscience just give it away. But know that we are constantly striving to grow
the numbers of hippogriffs, and there will always be flight available to you. So when you come back, know that I would desire nothing more than to be able to give you flight, because I know what it's worth. But because I know what it's worth,
700 gold. Well, thank you, Ponytail, and have a good day.
I feel like I would have.
Griffin, what was all that he just said? I sort of, I was thinking about.
He wants you to come back after you have renter's remorse.
Yes.
No, I agree.
Do we all meet up in the sky?
Okay. I'm starting to wonder if my hands are like frozen to the saddle.
This is amazing, Sean. It was Sean, right?
Shaw.
Shaw, that's what I said. Shaw. Wow, this is so cool. This is everything I was born to be. Just like free and flying through the air, and man, you guys all need to buy these.
Are we all back now?
Yeah, I would assume. Did everybody join Gregor on the ground?
Yeah, I probably want to get back on the ground as quickly as possible.
Pecker, I tried to trade this sword for it, but he wouldn't take.
Items?
Buy the whole town with my animated shield.
Buy the whole.
Where's the mayor?
So we're all back down. Thank you, sir, for these like beautiful creatures, and like 2 days of rations
Per day, yeah.
per day.
Yeah,
So feed.
I mean,
Okay.
do you have those rations?
Well, there's feed. Like usually animals take feed versus
Yeah. Do you
rations.
have what? Like how much would be like a bag of feed?
5 copper. 1 week, that's 7 times 5 is...
35.
35.
So 35 each?
Yep. 35 for each of your mounts.
Yeah, I just paid for mine.
I'll just.
That's fine.
And I put my feed in the saddlebags of my.
So, friends, we have been here all day. Should we continue through the realm towns? See what we see? Go fight that cloud giant?
Sure. I mean, I'd love to see a map of the area so we can maybe see what's going on. And
Finn, do you know things?
Yes, from my travels here. I'm gonna like make a quick minor illusion of the map of the realm with a big red spot where we
That's
are.
fun.
what do you guys say we take these hippogriffs for a ride and find a giant?
We could search for the hidden isle in the north.
Is that where the
Giant is
is?
supposed to be, yeah.
Oh, right, gotcha.
So to find the giants, we have to search for them.
We just have their general location.
And we may run into some pirate problems.
Yeah, so weren't we looking for a black ship?
I am interested in a black... Pekka, I'm interested in a black...
Gregor, you should just apologize to Finn, and then we can all move past this.
Pecker, can you tell? If we wanted to find a ship here, a pirate ship, where would we find it?
Pekka, don't talk to Pekka, pirates could be anywhere. You know, it's been a long, long time since I've been in the area with pirates.
So old. Old and saggy.
Old, alone, done for. Old, alone, done for. Oh, I don't know where that came from. Well, so
Let's
there's pirates that we're here for, and
Pirate hunting.
Pekka, I want to go hunt giants.
And Finnegan's
because we might
school.
find pirates while we're hunting giants. Doesn't that sound clever?
Pirates and giants. Let's
Aren't
go.
I just the clever one in the group?
What, this group of you and this bird?
ooh, it's tough. It's a tough call.
Anyway, shall I go fight some giants?
We are trying to also save the realm, so if we see any other darkness.
That's true, yeah,
Right.
we can deal with that.
Do we want to stop at this town on the way? Vaayu?
Sure.
Okay.
So it
Stop
looks
by a
like...
bigger place, sell a few of our items.
Yeah,
get more
we
gold.
could.
I would like some more gold.
If we go west, Josh, to Vaayu,
Yes.
is that like a day's travel if we're flying? Just going straight from Udana over to Vaayu.
It would probably only take about 6 hours.
Is it like afternoon right now?
Yeah, because you woke up at 7 in the morning.
Right. So guys, we could travel a day to Vaayu, rest, and then go fight the giant in the morning.
You could get there by like 10 in the evening.
Let's
8.
do it.
Cool.
Okay, let's go.
Rock and roll.
Okay,
Thank you, Udana.
goodbye, Udana.
Deuces.
Hello, Udon.
What should I name him? Is it a girl or a boy?
Female mount. Drya,
Yeah.
your mount
This.
is also female. And again, your mount is a male.
Okay.
And Gregor, yeah, your mount
Yeah.
is female.
So we're flying to Vaayu.
Maybe we are the chosen ones.